Welcome to the Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast.
This pig came battling.
Just ended up puking last night. It sucked.
Whoa! Ah! We gut it, we wrap it in tinfoil, throw it over the fire.
Woohoo! Alright, this is Thin Blue Line Outdoors Podcast number 61. I'm here with the Kyle Orrig.
Oh, I got a "the" now.
The Kyle Orrig. If you have been subscribed to our channel and watching our channel, you probably know why Kyle's on the podcast. If you don't subscribe to our channel, but yet you're listening to this, you should now just subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch Kyle in action. And from there, I'm going to let Kyle take over.
All right.
What are we here for, Kyle?
So we are here to recap my fall bear hunt up in Ontario, Canada. So, if, like Cody said, if you do follow the channel, you know that me and Cody and his brother Colton, his dad Rob, and Ray Vogel were all up in Ontario, Canada this spring at the end of May, black bear hunting. Well, all three of them had success on getting a bear, and I unfortunately never saw one.
It was rough.
And I hunted the shit out of it. You know, usually we started just hunting afternoons, then I started hunting mornings, road hunting in the afternoon, driving around, you know, trying to do the best we can to find get on bears. And I just didn't have any luck, but I had a great time. I really enjoyed it, and luckily my tag was still good for the fall, so all I had to do was go back.
And real quick before you get too far, I think the hunt, and I didn't hunt with you every time, but I think the hunt that sticks with me the most still is when we heard the bear.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, we heard a bear roaring. It was during the black bear rut. We could tell that bear was within 100 yards of us, and we just never saw it.
Yeah, we could hear it roaring. We could hear it like going right to left. So we knew it was moving, and we were just like, all right. We had plenty of time when we heard it. Before the end of shooting line, so we thought for sure it was going to come in.
And then, as we're getting ready, Kyle's nose just randomly starts bleeding.
I started gushing blood. Between the mosquitoes that bit me and the amount of mosquito bites busting open from like me scratching my face or rubbing my face and my nose bleeding, I probably needed a transfusion after that.
That was great. I just remember I'm ready for this bear to pop out. Got the camera ready. He's like, "Cody, you got anything to stop my nose bleeding?"
Cody, I go, "Cody, it's what? So my nose is bleeding." You're like, "What? My nose is bleeding." And you had just did you give me the Band-Aid before that or after?
I think so.
Before that, there's a side on my face was bleeding, a mosquito bite wound, and it was bleeding. And Cody gave me a Band-Aid, and I think you even saw it and told me. I didn't even notice it. You're just like, "Hey, there's blood running down your face." I was like, "There is?" It's like, "Oh, no, there is." Like, I got a Band-Aid. Okay. And then later, it was just from being probably dehydrated up there, and then just my nose was just started bleeding. So luckily, you had some gauze in your first aid kit, so that worked perfectly. But the bear still didn't come in. I thought even maybe the blood might attract it, too. I was like, oh, maybe some fresh blood will bring this bear in.
He started cutting himself from now on when he goes hunting.
I just start blowing as I walk in. Thought that might work, but it did not, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to capitalize on a bear, so I tried to get Cody to come back with me, and he would not.
I was lame. I was lame.
He was lame. He stayed home, which was okay. But I had a little car trouble, so I have a 09 Silverado, and it took a crap on me, so it was out of commission, so I couldn't take that. So I was just gonna take my new car that I got for work. I already was able to map it out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fit everything in there. It's just me going, so I don't need room for anybody else. That'll be fine. And I think it was the week before I was leaving, I smoked a deer on the way to work.
Oh, cracked me up as you just call me,
dude.
Are you for sure not going? I'm like, yeah, man, I can't go. It's like, well, this is what happened.
It's like, so I'm in a bit of a pickle. It's like, definitely can't take my car that I just wrecked. My truck's out of commission. I need to find, let alone able to bring anything home. I just need to find a way up there. So I was like, I got to get up there. So luckily, my brother let me borrow his Chevy Traverse, which was actually turned out to be really good. Because all the seats in the back lay down. So it was probably even more room than my truck bed would have been, which was pretty nice. Yep. So I easily fit everything there. He like could have fit 2 people's stuff in there, no problem. Oh, yeah. So I fit all my stuff in there. So I headed up to Canada. So already I had some bad luck, which was kind of continued my bad luck from the spring hunt, not seeing a bear and mosquito bites and whatnot. And then the car problems. So I'm heading up to Canada. I'm like, all right, I'm going up early. Gave myself enough time. I wanted to get all the way there. I wanted to do it one day. And I didn't want to drive up into Canada at night because the moose problem. I didn't want to hit a moose and like wreck another car, especially with my good luck going on. Yeah. So I left at like 3:30 in the morning. Plenty of time. It's like 14-hour drive total or something like that. And you can cut time off on the interstate. Yep. So I leave, get all the way up to where I was, Galesburg or so, like an hour away from the home. I'm probably like 15 minutes from the Iowa border, and I just started like thinking about last time and crossing the border, and I had a hard time from the officer. I'm like, I'm not going to have a hard time this time. I'm like, it'll be no problem. He's like, then I was like, my passport. I'm like, I don't have my passport. I knew it. Like it's not like I like wondered like, oh, did I put it here and started looking for it? I knew I didn't have it. Yep. Because it's in my it's where I keep it. I didn't even think about it for some reason. Like I had my paperwork that I needed and my like outdoor card and all that. I had that in like a section out like where I keep my deer tags. So I just grabbed that, and I don't know why. And then it didn't even think about my passport because I'm like, I'm just going on another hunting trip, and I've never had to have it before except for the first time. Yep. In the spring. So I'm an hour and a half into my drive. I immediately U-turn and come right back home. Pretty much drive all the way home. Yep. Yeah. Luckily, my mom was nice enough to go grab it for me and kind of take 15 minutes off my drive, which is better than nothing. I will just remember. So I knew Kyle was up there, and I was thinking in my head, okay, he's probably got an hour or two before he crosses the border. I'm gonna go ahead and call him now because this is probably the last chance to get to talk to him. So okay, I call him like, how's the drive? Well. So, I mean, besides, so I got my passport, got all the way up there, crossing the border went super smooth. And it was a Thursday. So not a weekend day, not a Friday. Pretty easy. I might have been there 5 minutes. That's good. That's a lot better than the spring. 5 minutes, much faster than our first time up there. I actually got the same exact officer that was giving me a hard time actually open the window like to talk to me, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, here we go again, and I was like. But sure enough, you could tell he was tired and he had a long day, and he's like, you still got your papers from when you were up here, man? I'm like, I sure do.
So handed them to him. He recognized you?
No.
He didn't? Okay.
So I recognized him right away. Yeah. But he didn't recognize me, and then I gave him the paper, and then the paper for my gun permit, and then his signature's on it. Yep. So he saw his signature, and he's like, oh, hey, I'm the one that checked your gun. Yep. I'm like, yes, you are, sir. Yes. Yes, you are. Yep. It's like, you gave me a heck of a time. Yes. 20 questioning me when you didn't need to. Yeah. So, as a fellow law enforcement officer, can I just say, I get it, you're Canadian Border Control, but there's no need to be an ass. Okay? Yeah. And so, just back up a little bit. Kyle's paperwork was completely fine in the spring. Completely legal and everything like that. He was just playing the 20 question game with Kyle, and I don't know why. Yeah, giving me the runaround, asking like super specific questions. Yeah. And then stuff I didn't even know the answer to. I'm like, I don't know. Like name of outfitter, exact locations, stuff like that. Even another officer that was checking in, Ray, goes, I don't know why he's giving your buddy such a hard time. And then when I spoke up, he started questioning me. Well, what are you hunting with? Yeah, he started my bow. and then when I was he wanted to know why I was standing next to that truck because it's my truck. That's why. We're like. They're driving. Yeah. It was just... Anyway. Yeah, anyway, we'll pass that. But anyway, so got across the border fine. Got up there, like, right at dark. So now I get up there, I think like right at 9. So 14 hours turned into 17 hours. So that's the longest I've ever driven. So... don't recommend it? No, I don't recommend it. Yep. 14's pretty about good. 17's a little much. Yeah. So got up there, but on the way up... And it was like, I think it was like right when I got to International Falls. your dad sent a picture to me and you of a bear they got on camera, and it is.
And I will show that right now.
Very
watching
nice
video.
bear. Very nice bear, and I think your response was just like, "Damn!"
I was thinking, Kyle, better get your butt up there.
Rob, right? Your dad goes, "Hurry!" I go, "I'm driving as fast as I can."
Big bear. I was
so-
not expecting that picture.
Yeah, so I'm glad. I was excited. So got up there, just went to bed. Woke up the next day. Me and Robbie ran baits.
Just you two at that time.
Just
right?
us two. So at this point, it's just me and him. So we ran baits. I think like 4 baits got hit that my first day.
I think that's what you guys told me.
So 4 baits got hit. We pulled cameras at the baits. Get back to camp. Look at the camera. That same bear was the only one that was on camera. So it for some reason the other baits that got hit, no pictures got them.
Yeah,
so
I
the
remember.
cameras just didn't get it. They have pictures of crows and stuff, but they definitely got hit by bears, and they just didn't pick them up. So it made my decision real easy, which I'm kind of glad that was the case, because obviously there was a nice bear, and obviously I wanted to hunt it, but you still want to see what's up there and see what's producing.
It would have
on
been
cameras.
tough. It would have been a tough decision for you to make. Okay, you got a big bear here, but say you had another bear that's daylight.
Yeah,
That would've been a
exactly.
tough decision
Yeah, because that picture was at night. So yeah, if I had a daylight, so it would have made my decision. I was very happy that the other pictures didn't work, because I'm like, oh, my decision's super easy. I'm gonna go to the one with the bear. So okay, so went ran the baits after we saw that. Went and hung the stand in the afternoon. Got my stand hung up. Didn't take very long. Saw actually on the way in, we saw like fresh brand new bear scat that had been there sometime that morning, probably. So super pumped, and so get it hung up, get out of there, go back, hunk that evening, and didn't see anything. Really didn't see much. It was pretty nice out. One thing that was great is the mosquitoes were pretty much gone. Unlike in the spring where they were just like swarms of thousands or millions probably. And you had to have a thermocell to walk outside to pee at night. Basically, I didn't even have to run my thermocell in the woods.
That's good.
Until like the last half hour.
That's good.
Of the hunt, which was
very nice.
so much nicer. So that was a lot nicer. And the temperature, so much better. It was, 70, and then got down at 50s at night almost the whole time we were up there. So that was much more desirable for me, especially for a person that gets hot.
Yep.
So didn't see any bears that first hunt. Go back to camp, wake up the next morning, run baits again. Sure enough, almost all the same baits got hit again. And actually, I guess rewind just a little bit. The rest of the group that was coming up got there that Friday night that I hunted. So when I got back to camp, there was all kinds of people there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hi, people.
Hi, everybody. Yep. So some good guys. I think they're from down around the Springfield area.
Yep.
So they're real good guys. Real good guys. But boy, they brought the show. Let me tell you.
I heard.
Big old what are those grizzly canvas tent? Kodiak canvas.
Oh, I didn't realize
tents.
that. I didn't realize
3 Kodiak canvas tents, big old tents, big old had.
Like the wall tents even? Or?
Not a wall tent, but
Okay.
they were like definitely, you could definitely fit like 8 people to sleep in there if you needed to.
Yeah.
That's how, yeah. And
how
you
many
stand
did they
up, there's 3. So and there are 2 people in each tent. Well, yeah. So there's 6 of them, I think. So yeah.
Damn.
They were like, but they had, your sleeping area, but then they had all their stuff in there too. Yeah. But yeah, they're, 10-foot tall tents, 10-foot tall tents. So they're really nice. Definitely would be good on like a late season winter hunt. But they had extra long trailer, 2 side by sides. So they had enough stuff to get it done, I tell you. But so they were all there, which was cool. And then so wake up the next day, go run baits. Of course, so we got to run baits for everybody. We got to put up their stands.
I'm assuming you're kind of helping Dad with this and else new.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm helping. So we help run baits, do all that. We're talking, making sure everybody gets inside the bait. I'm helping them, let them know the baits that got hit the day before, prior, how many, like your dad told me how many days certain baits were hit. So I'm like, well, that one got hit 3 days in a row. This one got hit 4 days in a row. So they all get their stands up, hung up, pick their spots. I think we go to like my bait almost like kind of not right away, so middle. So it was about like 10:30 or so. So it had, we pull the card, go hang up the rest of the baits, get back, look at the cards. Same situation. Baits that got hit, didn't get pictures, but my bait got hit again that night, and there was pictures of the bear. There was pictures of the bear that night after I got done hunting. I think around 8:30 or something like that.
When was it getting dark? You have an idea?
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. I know you weren't hunting as late as spring. I knew that, but
it was like an hour or less, so maybe like 8.
Okay.
So maybe yeah. So it was like not shortly after I got down and out of the woods.
Gotcha.
After shooting light, I think into shooting light was like maybe 8:15 or something like that. 8:15. So I think between 8:30 or 9 or something, that bear was in there. The bear was in there again in the morning before we baited it at like 9, looking for more food. There wasn't any, so it was there again. So I was like, okay, this. Even your dad said, it's getting comfortable now. It's found its dinner table, so it's not leaving.
Yeah, good.
So I'm like, all
sign.
right, good. So I'm getting pumped. Everyone else gets their stands hung up, gets set. We all go hunting that evening. So we baited that at like 10:30. My bait. We get back there at like 4. My bait's already hit at 4. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
I'm like, geez. I'm like, what time did it get? I'm like, we were just here at 10 o'clock. It'd been here that morning and came back already. I'm like, I wonder what time it came. Of course, I pulled the card, put it in my pocket. I was like, when we get done hunting, check it back. So I'm like, I'm not going to see this bear tonight. Yeah. No way. It's already been here. Yeah. It's been here twice today already. Got its food. So I'm like, it'll probably be, I'm like, okay, it's going to come back in the morning. So I'm like, regardless. So I'm like, I just bring my little bread bag with popcorn and bread. The bait's already hit. So I dump that on the ground, up in there. But I did bring a bone from the pork shoulder I smoked. Which actually had a pretty good smell to it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take this with me. I threw that in the bucket, and you could smell it pretty good. So I was like, maybe that'll attract it. So get that thrown in. So I'm assuming I'm not going to see the bear. Figure I'm going to hunt tomorrow morning. Sorry. I'm going to hunt tomorrow morning for sure if I don't see it, because it's been there 2 days in a row in the morning.
Yep. Like what Kyle kind of said, like bread basket. We always bring a little bit of bait with us to the stand, just for that reason, just in case the bait gets
bread
hit.
Bag with popcorn and extra bait in case the bait's hit.
Yep.
But yeah, so if I don't see it, I'm gonna go hunt in the morning. It's been there 2 days in a row in the morning, so I'm like, all right, I got a good chance of seeing it in the morning. So I'm like, all right, it'll just be a nice sit. Maybe I'll see another bear or something. But I'm pretty just kind of anxious for tomorrow morning, because now I'm like, it's gonna be here in the morning. Yeah. So that was like 4 o'clock. Get up there, get in the stand, get settled in, and then about 2 hours go by, and I've been up there and haven't seen a thing, haven't heard anything. It's real calm, not windy at all, nice weather, and sitting there looking at my phone. And I just happened to look down to my right, behind my right hip. I just look over there, and I guess I heard a limb pop. Assumed it was a pine squirrel. Heard a limb pop, looked back down to my right, and I'm just looking, I don't know, about 10, 15 yards behind me, and like directly behind me, but just a little to the right, and I just see this like big black thing. And I'm like, just staring at it. I'm like, there's a fell over tree right there. I'm like, is that like a rotting log? I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, So I was just staring at it. Well, then it starts moving. I'm like, well, it's not a log. That's a bear. I was like, oh, okay. There it is. Okay, so it's behind me. And behind me, to paint the picture, I'm sitting on the edge of an old logging road. The baits, the logging road's, I don't know, 5 feet wide. And the bait's on the other side of the logging road in front of me, 10 yards. So I'm just a little bit off the road into the trees. And then back behind me is just thick birch and pine trees. Yep. Super thick.
And just so I can get a reference, I think you told me this once, this is the stand where Colton missed a bear or hit a bad hit on a bear.
Yeah, this is the one he shot the crossbow. This is the one you stalked.
Yep.
You stalked on. I think.
Yeah,
I think it was called A4 at the time.
Yep. Because it is pretty thick behind.
Yeah. So it's clear through the logging road. So if it comes to the bait, you got nice. I had plenty of shooting lanes in front of me. So I look behind me, and it's and I can't even see the whole outline silhouette of the bear. I just see pieces of it black through birch trees because it's still leafed out pretty good up there. So it starts. So I see it. So I got to try to figure out what to do. I don't know. It's facing forward. So if it keeps walking, it's going to walk right out in front of me to the bait, and I'll have an easy shot.
Yeah.
Like
you want.
5 yards.
Yep.
That's it. So I'm just kind of, and it's to my right. I'm right-handed. So I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm staring at it, and I get up, turn around, and as I'm like doing that, I kind of like peek and enter, and then I can kind of see its muzzle, and it swings to the right and it does a complete 180. As like I'm standing up and looking, and I get turned around and I'm trying to get on it, and it starts walking directly back into the woods the way it came. So I'm rushing. I'm like, okay, I gotta try and get a shot. If there's a shot.
Yeah. What? Before you go, what gun are you using?
I'm just using my Escort Magnum 12 gauge. So with deer slugs, same thing I use for whitetails.
Yep.
So I shoot like Hornady SSTs out of it. Been doing that for a while. They always do good for me.
Sweet.
So that's what I'm shooting, and so it's turned around 180. It's walking away. All I see is this just big black bear ass walking away with all my hopes and dreams of killing a bear and being the first live bear that I have seen up there on stand and everything. And I'm just like, and then 3 seconds go by and it's gone. I don't see it anymore. So I'm just up there. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? I finally see a stinking bear. All it has to do is walk like 5 yards out in front of me, and I'm gonna get an easy shot. I'm like, there's food there. It just came out to the food. So I don't know if she winded me, saw me, or whatever, but I mean, it's not like she spooked.
Yeah.
She just casually turned around and walked away. So I was like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, I don't think I made any noise. So I'm sitting there, second guessing myself, kind of playing it back through my head, in 5 seconds. What could I have done? Could I got a shot if I would have acted faster? But if it would have been like straight through the spine.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know. So, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking about this. I'm still trying to find it because, it wasn't walking very fast. So I'm still looking for it. And then I just keep looking. And then just back to where I last saw it, I just look like, I don't know, 5-10 yards to the left of where I last saw it, and I just see the big black spot again that I saw when I thought it was a tree, and I'm like, oh, that's it.
Not
There's
gonna fool
the
me
bear.
twice.
So that's the bear. And then so I see between a few birch trees, I have a little lane, and I could just see its chest cavity, and I could just see it breathing. So I'm pretty sure it went and bedded down.
Oh yeah.
I think she went and bedded down because it wasn't really moving, but I could just see it breathing. So I was like, all right, like that's my spot. I didn't know how far it was at the time, so I was like, it doesn't seem very far.
Which up there you can't see far. So
No.
if you can see it, it's 50 yards or closer.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was close. I just,
Yeah.
I knew it was 50 yards closer for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, there it is. That's his chest cavity. I wasn't exactly sure which side of the head was on, but I knew that's where the chest cavity was. I see it breathing. So I'm like, all right, picking my spot, pull the trigger, and then I would say it seemed like almost instantly it started moaning. Like within like 2-3 seconds.
Which, knowing now where you hit, probably was moaning right away.
Yeah. It's instantly started moaning. So and I just remember talking to you. I've never killed a black bear, or shot at a black bear or anything like that. This is my first time going this year. And you guys told me about the death moan.
Yep.
Never experienced it.
Yeah.
Well,
if you hear it, it's dead. But if you don't hear it, that doesn't mean it's not dead.
Yeah. Just the death moan's just like, oh, I got it. So I heard that and I was like, yes! It's like death moan. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. And boy, did it moan.
Yeah.
It moaned good. Like
it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're pumped, you're excited, but at the same time, you are listening to that animal die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, and also there's a little bit of sadness to it as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there is,
But there's a lot of excitement.
yeah, well, and in the situation I was in where I didn't have the full outline of the bear, not knowing, I'm aiming for the best spot that I have the opportunity to aim for, and knowing that connected, and then, well, and the other thing was, as soon as I shot, like, it's not like it scurried off, ran away, nothing. It just, the black spot that I was, the black thing that I was looking at just didn't ever move. It just never moved.
Yeah.
So it was like, if it hadn't mown, I wouldn't have known if I would have hit it or not. Yeah. There's no indicator. You can't it's not like a deer ran off. And like, your black bear ran off, so did Ray's. They scurried off. Literally just didn't move at all.
Which kind of backs up your theory of maybe it was bedded down.
Yeah, so that's why I thought it was bedded down. I think it was bedded down, and then it just didn't move at all. But it was mooning for so long. I wanted to hurry up the process and kind of help it expire, so I took another shot. So after looking at it, I think I hit it, just not that well on the second shot, which is fine. The first shot easily would have expired it.
Yep.
So after that second shot, it shut up, stopped moaning 2 seconds after that. So
and that's when, and you'll see that second shot on video.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it already.
Unfortunately, with it being back behind me in the woods and being how thick it was, I did the best to get a video of it and the best I could. But it's just
it's thick stuff, and then just especially when you told me the situation, I'm like, that would have been almost impossible. And I thought you did the best. How you, like, in that, as a self-filmer in that situation, hey, I know I can't get the bear, but I can get me shooting that second shot.
Yeah.
So that made a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, get that second shot in. It shuts up. Do my little video there, telling what happened. Say, all right, give it a half an hour. So 15 minutes go by, and I get down. Obviously, half hour, 15 minutes. Same as 15 minutes when you're getting, I gotta go look at it, So I was like, oh, okay. Get down, get back there, go look at it, get up on it, see that it's dead, get a little video of it, and now it's, well, let's see, I shot it about 6:40, so 7-ish, like right around 7-ish. Get out of there. So it gets dark at like 8:30 or whatever, so I want to try to get back, because your dad told me, he goes, if you shoot it early, it's better to do everything in the daylight. He goes, come get me, because there was a guy I had to drive by, and I didn't want to ruin his hunt. Your dad said, well, that's okay, just slow down when you drive by him. He goes, but if you shoot it early, come back so we can get it. So I get out of there, go back to camp, super pumped, I get back there, pull back to camp, get to camp, no one's there.
You take the 4-wheeler?
I was on the 4-wheeler by myself, So I'm on the 4-wheeler, get back to camp, no one's there. I'm like, where the hell is Rob?
Rob.
I'm like, damn it, Rob. So I was like, I'm like, okay, what did I go get it myself? I'm like, I'm going to drive down to where the hill is that people get service.
Yeah, we call it Communication Hill.
Communication Hill, and see if he's there. Well, as I'm driving there, I run into him on the road. And as I make eye contact with him while he's driving the side by side, I just start fist pumping.
Yeah.
Fist pumping.
Yeah.
And Rob, your dad's sticking his hand up while he's driving. And then I'm sitting there going, I got a bear! I got a bear! He's yelling. He's like, yeah! We high-five him as we're driving.
Yeah. He said, I asked him, he goes, as soon as I saw him, I knew, he got one. Yeah.
So super pumped. Get your dad. We go down, grab the side-by-side and the 4-wheeler. We take the 4-wheeler because I was like, I think we can drive down the logging road and get a lot closer to this bear. Because it was a little ways down the logging road, and then it was back behind the logging road. Like I said, it never moved when I shot it. So it was probably 20 yards from the logging road. And then through some thick stuff. So we close as possible. So we get the 4-wheeler down there, get it turned around. We actually try to drive the 4-wheeler back through a path, well, that didn't work. We almost got it stuck. So your dad was driving it, and they were like, it's probably not gonna work. So I had to grab the back end and line it back up so we could back it out of there. So we get it out of there.
Yeah.
So all right, we'll just go carry it. So we take the ladder run that we used to put the bear on, take it back there, get the camera up, and whole time we're talking, and he's like, "Well, is it the big bear?" As we're driving there from the camera, I'm like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, so we should clip back up a little bit. Before you went and got my dad.
Yeah.
You walked to the bear, but not all the way to the bear.
Yeah, I didn't walk right up on it.
Yeah, pretty much you're like, okay, it's dead. Now
Yeah, I'm like, I got a picture of it. It's dead. I'm gonna go get help before we lose light.
Yep.
So got out of there. So I didn't walk up, put hands on it yet. I wanted to go get help because I thought we'd have to gut it right there, and then who knows how and it was. I want to say 15-minute drive back to camp just on my 4-wheeler. So I know that's 30 minutes right there.
Yep.
There and back. So I wanted to do that. So we get back, and the whole time we're talking, he's like, "Well, is it the big bear from the pictures? Is it the big bear from the pictures?" I'm like, "I don't think so." I'm saying it looks a little smaller. I said, "But it looks like a really good bear." He's like, "Okay." So we get back there, and they're like, "Oh, and talking about it, get just 2 of us to carry it out." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it should be no problem." So we get back there, get up on it, and we get on it, and it's actually laying in a little crevice in the woods. So there's a little break, almost like a creek, kind of
like a dried up.
Yeah, like a dried up creek bed a little bit, but just big enough so it was literally half of its body was in that, sunken into the ground. So it wasn't until I walk up and walk around, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is the fat bear."
Yep.
Like, "Oh my gosh, look at her."
Yep. And if you watch the video, you could see that interaction, you guys, because you had it recording.
Yeah,
when you guys
I got all that
out
on camera because I just wasn't sure. It just didn't look like it. But yeah, all of its stomach and body weight was sunken down into that crevice. So we get good pictures and everything, and we get it on there. And we're like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm pretty sure Dad said it was a barrel with legs.
It was not a long bear. It was a short, fat bear.
Not very tall, but it was fat and it had a gut on it.
Big old sow.
Big old sow.
Yep.
So big old female, big old sow. Got some good pictures with it. Well, we get it on the ladder run, and then me and your dad carry it out of there after stopping twice to reposition feet and stuff on the way out because it was thick. So we had.
And you guys didn't get it right.
No, we carried it out whole.
Yeah.
So we get it on the ladder run. We didn't even strap it on the ladder.
Oh, yeah?
We just get it on the ladder and just run I'm pretty sure we just ran the feet through the runs and the nose and everything. He's like, "Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. We can carry it."
Yeah.
Okay. So we do that. We got to make a 90-degree turn. So we make a right turn. We get up there to the right turn. We got to stop. Pick it up. Get the right turn. Walk a few steps. Got to stop. Walk a few more steps. Well, then there's a hole. So and then there's a dead tree and then a hole right next to it. So I try to flip a rock into the hole so we don't step into the hole because we got to get around it to get to the tree. Yep. And then we pick it back up, get out into the clearing, get it on the 4-wheeler, get it to the side-by-side. Well, we get it out to put it on the side-by-side, roll it in. I'm pretty sure it rolled as we're turning around to put it on the side-by-side. It fell off the ladder. We're like, shit. Because we didn't tie it to the ladder.
And bears aren't like deer where, even if you kill a doe, you have the hoofs to hold on to. Yeah. And the heads even. You grab by the ears, you got a pretty good grip.
Yeah.
A bear's not that way. It's like picking up a dead weight human.
Yeah, dead weight human, big ass bag of flour.
Yeah. So it's just pick up a 300-pound person. And it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So me and your dad were able to get it in the side by side. Well, we got it on the side by side, and by the time we got all that done, it was pretty close to dark. There was I think 10 minutes left. So your dad's like, "Hey, let's just go down to the other lake that's down the road. We don't have to drive by anyone else hunting. Let's wash up, take some pictures down there." So we wash down there, take some great pictures by that lake. It gets dark. We come back, get back. No one else got a bear that night. I don't even think anyone saw one.
I don't think so.
No one saw one that night. That was their first night hunting. We get back, get it hung up, string it up. I got my scale and array right at 300 pounds, not dressed. So it's just full body weight.
Yep.
So
they're almost on the dot, right?
Yeah. So I'm super pumped. It might have been a little under, but we round up
300.
But yeah, it was 300.
Good for me. Yeah,
300.
No.
We didn't get it free hanging exactly. So it was kind of, your dad was holding the weight off of it while it was hanging there. So I rounded up a little.
Yeah, 300 is fine.
Because it wasn't just free hanging on there.
Yeah. Which So I've killed 3 bears now, and it honestly took me Kyle's first bear is just as big as mine, maybe even way more. I don't know. But like it's awesome that your first bear was a big bear. Like you're gonna have if you go bear hunt again, you're gonna have a hard time beating that.
Yeah.
Not impossible, but difficult.
Yeah. So I was super pumped, man. Super pumped. It was the bear that we saw pictures of. It was the bear that was been there the whole time. Was another bear, and I was able to connect on her and get the job done.
I was pumped for it, man. I was nervous. Like so, I know I've done. I would say like the hog hunt's fun. I want to consider it like a big hunt that we do because it's just a fun hunt to go do.
Yeah.
Like this is I've done 2 big hunts with Kyle. We did an elk hunt that we came so close on. Then we had the bear hunt where everybody had success but Kyle. And then like this one I couldn't go. I'm like, man, I really hope he connects, man.
Yeah.
Like,
So my bad luck washed away with that shot. So like. I was telling him because everything was against me. I swear everything was going wrong that could go wrong.
I don't even know if I told you. So I called Dad when you called me about your car because send me a text. I'm like, always got reception. I call him like, hey, I think Kyle's still going. I think. But he hit a deer with his car yesterday. He goes, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. He is having all kinds of bad luck.
Dude, so.
He's like, well, okay, well, right now I'm going to plan on him coming. If something changes, let me know. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I felt just like a weight lift off of me. A weight of unhunting success, not seeing anything, everything else going wrong with cars, and me forgetting my passport and everything like that, and it just like all washed away. Just this weight off my shoulders, and I had got my bear. I saw my bear, and I got my bear.
Yep.
So I was pumped. We got her hung up, got her gutted. I got her gutted. Waited the next day because it was unlike in the spring, it cooled off quite a bit at night. It definitely got down in the 50s, and then later it might even hit like high 40s at some point. So it cooled off quite a bit.
I was just looking at so Kyle did a time lapse during the skinning process, kind of like what I did with Ray. I could tell just watching the video because there was no flies or very little flies.
No.
Where I was fighting flies the whole time on mine.
We didn't fight flies. I didn't have a thermosol back there. Didn't fight mosquitoes. Didn't fight flies. The only thing that really had flies around it was the gut bucket. It had flies, and it actually had a lot of yellow jackets.
Really?
There was a lot of yellow jackets. There were actually yellow jackets, and I did get stung one time while I was up there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But there, were the yellow jackets up there, and they were quite a bit around the gut bucket. And actually, they had... Between when we gutted it and skinned it the next day, they had already brought in like pollen into the gunshot wounds of the bear and started packing pollen in there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
So like I don't know if they're like making a little home nest or anything. I mean they were definitely inside the bear a little bit that night, but nothing to do anything to it. But yeah, they had already brought pollen in and were packing it into that wound.
That's kind of
from the gunshot.
Interesting.
Because I think I think it had 3 holes in it. So I guess I didn't really talk about where I did end up hitting it. It had to be laying down because it was like it was quartering to me. So I hit it a little higher behind the left shoulder where you want to, but it's a little high. But then it came out pretty low in diagonal 45 down below its ribs, and definitely broke one of its bottom ribs on the right side. So definitely hit either one lung or 2 lungs.
I think just from what you're telling me and how active that bear is at that bait site. I bet that bear was within 100 yards the whole time.
Yeah.
Just bedded down.
Just sleeping there. I think so, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess. That bear was right in that area.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'd probably agree with you. Yeah. Because, it just laid... I mean, even if it saw something it didn't like, it just walked 20 yards and laid down.
Yeah.
And probably was like, well, I'll just wait till the smell goes away, then I'll go eat.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, and I was just super pumped for him, man.
Yeah.
Anything else on the bear hunt?
No, I mean, we there's a little. I guess we got her. I had your dad do the skinning process because I've never done that before, so we got that all skinned and everything else. While I was up there, I ended up. So I only hunted the 2 days. I had the whole next week off, but I was done hunting on Saturday, which was kind of nice. So the day I left Monday, and I think Sunday night. Another guy connected on a bear.
Yep.
So another guy connected on a nice black bear. And I'm pretty sure it was the bear that I sat, I believe,
I forgot about this.
whatever R it was, like R2.
Yeah. I thought it was R1.
R1.
No,
I thought it was
R2.
R2.
You're right.
Colton
R2.
was R1,
Yep,
right?
Yep. R2.
I said R2, and we kept having the same decent, smaller male bear. Smaller bear on camera like every night. Mm-hmm. Well, sure enough, that's where the guy sat, and he saw that bear. Mm-hmm. Second night he sat there. Mm-hmm. Made a good shot on it.
Kind of cool for you to see that.
Yeah, dude, it was cool because I'm like, this is the same bear that I was hunting this spring. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. So I was super pumped for him. Nice bear, good bear, and but yeah, the amount of I want to say compared to like your bears in spring, just the amount of fat on my bear was crazy.
I was going to ask you.
She had so much fat on her, dude. She was eating. You could tell she was eating good.
Yeah,
good.
One thing I was wanted you to bring up, because once you got your bear back here, how much fat did you render off that?
So I made 7 quart jars of rendered bear fat, pure white rendered bear fat.
And you've cooked with it already.
I have. I made bear burgers with the meat, and I made homemade French fries and fried them in the bear grease.
It looked good,
which was pretty good.
I bet you were so happy. Just
dude,
proud
I
of
was,
yourself.
man. I was. It was good, man. It was good, and it was cool, and that bear fat has a smell to it. But I was kind of worried that might, like, the smell might affect the taste. That you would never know. Yeah, you would never. Those fries, perfect. Just fried in any normal grease. But yeah, that was really cool. And I, I was able to keep most of it and put it back in a jar. I'm gonna use it to fry some more in it. So now I got like 1 jar set for frying, and then I got 6 jars left to do other stuff with. So
now you liked it.
Yeah.
Did you feed it to?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, my girlfriend and her son ate it as well, and they
like,
enjoyed
that's
it
the
just
test
as much.
because like I'm like Kyle, like we like food.
Yeah.
We're not that picky. That's why I like to have
we like
the
game.
wives and girlfriends try it. If they like it,
yeah, she likes it a lot. So we made bear burgers with it already. She put it in a Mexican soup that she makes called what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. But
I know I couldn't tell you.
yeah, but it basically translates to like the name of the soup's Little Pieces, because basically it's kind of like vegetable soup, but just with like Mexican broth in it.
Okay.
So basically, but for the meat we cook bear meat, so she really liked that too. But she likes it a lot, and we're gonna make some tacos this week. And I said, what meat do you want? I got deer, bear, wild pig. She goes, I want the bear. I said, okay, that's what we're doing. So we're cooking the bear for the tacos.
So it's funny. So, I prefer venison over bear. I like bear meat, but I do prefer venison. But I've made enough bear for people, or I have met people. I have friends of mine that they prefer the bear meat.
Yeah. I would say it's closer to beef than venison.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that too.
Because how I described it to my brother was literally, it was like, this tastes like a halfway like deer and halfway like beef. It's like a deer beef combo. It's you get a little bit of the game of the deer, like kind of taste to it, but it's like consistency and like red, like beef. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think one reason why I like venison more is I've literally been eating deer. Oh yeah, since I was a kid, way more than beef even. Yeah, but yeah, no, I really like bear meat too. It's good. It's good.
Yep, but as far as the bear goes, I got it. Getting a rug made out of it. Dropped it off at the taxidermy on my way home. Actually, it wasn't too far out of the way, so I just go ahead and stopped on the way home and dropped it off. So, like I said, got it all cut up that next day. Came out here. You let me use your grinder. Got it all ground up. Got all taken care of. Luckily, I had the days off still, so it was kind of nice. Got that all done. So, processed it all myself.
That's always
butchered it all myself. Got the fat rendered all myself. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you grew up doing venison.
Yep.
You obviously did pig this year for the first time.
Yep.
And now
bear.
You just
checking them off the list now.
Checking box.
Elk next fall. Elk next fall.
We have elk on the brain. But yeah, sweet man. Anything else on the bear hunt?
No, I think that was a super pumped, super happy. You guys invited me and whatnot, and then we got to go. Definitely I'll go back. Had a blast.
Yep. So now that we're past the bear hunt, and I was, like I said, super pumped for Kyle. As we record this, it's September 27th, but as when you guys get to listen to this, deer season will be here.
Yes.
We will hopefully, at least I know I will have at least one hunt in my books at this time.
Yeah, I'm going Sunday, so.
Yes, okay. So we're both going out Sunday. I'll tell you right now, hopefully we're making fun of Nate by the time you guys are listening to this, because he was supposed to be with me Sunday, and we're going to try to get his first deer. He can't go now.
He's not. Are you kidding me now? He's not going.
He had something come up with the family.
What the hell, Nate?
Yeah, he can't go now. And I will tell you this, he's not happy. He wanted to go, but he did have something that is more important. As much as I love deer hunting, this is more important that came up. So I'm going to the exact same spot I was going to take him. I'm really hoping I kill a doe.
Dude, I hope you do too.
And I will brag, or big buck or anything. If doe or buck come out and I shoot it, I will laugh my butt off, man.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
That would be great. Mm-hmm. He'll get one this year. Mm-hmm. I'm very confident he will, but that would be great.
So I'm going to be hunting Fulton County, Illinois.
Yeah.
Are you going to be hunting Fulton County, Illinois?
Yes. Okay. I am hunting the family farm, which we're hunting for the first time this year that we got back access to. So I'm super pumped about that. Had some great camera intel.
You still getting pictures of them?
I have not since August.
Okay.
So I haven't got pictures of him. So I got a pretty nice buck on camera and multiple times. So
he'll be around.
But he'll be back around. The deer, they actually went cold a couple, like 4 or 5 days, got nothing. Then I started getting pictures again the past few days. So they're moving back again. But there's a lot of, which I just kind of noticed more. There's tons of acorns out there.
Which is good. Good and bad.
Yeah, there's tons of acorns.
They're going to be there, which is good. Bad thing is they're going to be everywhere in the woods, so it's going to be hard to pinpoint them.
As far as I know, I mean, I don't know how much most of the trees are on the edge of the pond.
Okay. Well.
So I just noticed that. That's why there's one there's a couple big trees, one on the edge of the field and then one in the woods where I got one of my stands. But as I was walking back through the pond, I was just looking up and they were just acorn tree, oak. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all, and the pond is well away from the woods. So now I got these nice food source right next to the bean field, right by water. So hopefully they'll walk right by my stand.
Set up the Novix right there, you think?
Well, I got my other hang-on stand up there. So my Millennium hang-on stand is right there. So if they're coming out to feed on those acorns sometime, they're going to walk right by that stand. They have to.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, they have to.
Perfect.
Unless they're walking down the gravel road from the highway and then going to it, then they won't. But hopefully they don't do that. So hopefully they'll come out of the woods where they live.
I wouldn't think they would do that.
I wouldn't either. So
it would be funny if you get video of them doing that.
Just walking down the gravel road.
What the hell?
So yeah, I'm super pumped to be out there. I'm blessed to be able to do it. We kind of had the place where I grew up, shotgun hunting, kind of has gone cold with deer, and we've never really had. We've had success with plenty of animals there with the family, but not really on any I would call target bucks, anything like that. And now that I've gotten to bow hunting and way more into hunting, and really want to try to harvest a mature animal. So
I'm excited for you for that reason. That and I'm excited because you only got a bow hunt for half the year last year.
Yeah, with my injury. So I bow hunted just basically into December, January. So maybe 1 month.
Yeah, because he's using my crossbow, which he had success. But it'd be nice now that you get your bow.
Yeah, I would get a full season, maybe my first full season, I think.
I think so.
Basically, yeah.
So that's exciting. Exciting news there. And then I'll be hunting here. So all my trail cameras was on the bear hunt with them, and I haven't had time to put them out yet. So I'm kind of going blind this year, which I'm okay with. I'm kind of excited about because I'd be surprised.
Anything can be there.
Exactly. So be excited about that. I'm not too worried about that. Kyle and I and a couple other guys, including the other team member Garrett, we picked up a new lease in Tazewell County. Nope, it hasn't been hunted in years. So we're excited about that. We've gotten some decent bucks. We got one big one earlier this summer, but here lately the cell cam's been cold, but nobody's been out there to check poll cards from the actual trail cameras there. So I've been getting some doe pictures and some small bucks. I haven't even been sharing them just because not worth it. But But hopefully, I don't know when I'll go to hunt that. I can't hunt it the first weekend. I don't know who's going to be out there.
Right.
Anybody that first weekend.
So-
but hopefully we get some success.
So with
out
my
there.
vehicle situation, more likely I'm going to try to coordinate with you and Garrett and
just
go
drive
with you
those.
guys because I don't have any way to get the deer home.
That's true because you don't have a truck right now. I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
That's
So
funny.
I was like, that really hurts my lease
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and I'm with my truck being out of commission.
That's
So I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, I'll just coordinate with Garrett and Cody and just try to go with
Yep.
them.
Yeah,
Figure out
it's-
when they're going and just go with them.
yeah, that's good. Which I know Kyle and I kind of plan that anyway because we have one standing there now that's set up for a cameraman, but then we have the other stands where either I can take my saddle or you take your Novix and we can have a cameraman in it too, or more we could divide and hunt, which however the season's going at that time. So excited about that property, see how that goes. I counted today. So right now the TBLO Outdoors, we have 15 team members going into the season.
Nice.
Very excited about that. Everybody should be filming this year. Excited about that. Bringing you guys content. I already got some good ideas for content coming up. But I do want to announce a couple things. Some of this I've already announced on social media, so you may have already heard of it. If you haven't, well, you can hear it now. Number one, we have officially partnered up with Mr. Rubb and Farmers Bootleg. Super excited about that partnership. We met Nathan, who's the owner of Mr. Rubb, at the Illinois Deer Show in Peoria. Just hit it off with him great. He has a great product. Did not know him until then. Made a friendship over that.
They're great guys.
We ate so much of the food he was making. It was really good. We had been kind of talking about maybe partnering up with him pretty much all year. And then we just finalized things this month. You can go to any of the channels. I'll put it in the podcast description as well. You can either click on that link and it'll take you to their website. And that link you're helping us out and you're helping them out. Number one, try the product. You're going to love it. You really are. Everybody's liked it. All my coworkers who try their stuff have liked it. Like, you really are going to like it, any of their products. But using that link, you do help us out too and support the brand. So I appreciate that. And if you do just go to the website and didn't click on that link, no big deal. Just in the coupon code section, just put TBLO, and you're supporting us and supporting them. I would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out, guys. Number two, the second thing I want to bring up is, this year we have done really good this year on our off-season social media content, and I really got to thank Kyle here, Jesse, Ryan, really helped me out in the content, especially on the short side of things like TikToks, Reels. They really stepped up and helped me out with that. That's freed up my time, and that was one goal we had this year, is have a better off season and go to shows. So we've had, this is the best off season we've ever had.
Yeah.
Number two, we went to two deer shows, as Nate and I talked in two podcasts ago. Had a great time at shows. We'll be going to future shows next year. And then the third thing that I wanted to get going, and we're almost there, we're getting ready to take off, is I wanted to get our merch game back going up.
Yeah.
That should be, when this comes out, we should have some merch on the website. Hats should be all in. Pretty much every hat we've ever had, or close, or different variations, will be on the website, including this black hat that I'm wearing now. That'll be on the website here, and this is the logo with the broadhead, not the state of Illinois.
Yep.
So even if you're not from Illinois, try it out. And then what I'm wearing right now, you might see our new logo that we came out with that Kyle did great on. This is our
Appreciate
red.
it.
Yep, this is our redneck and red coat logo. I have only a limited supply of these dry fit material with this logo, and there's a little logo on the back of the neck. I've limited supply, so if you want it, get it now. But then I have a whole bunch of t-shirts coming with this logo. So I'm just waiting on the prints to get here. Once the print gets here, boom, it'll be good. And then hopefully later on this deer season, I'll also have hats with that logo as well. So super excited about that. So as of right now, you can get our plain Jane basic black shirt with it's just white logo that says TBLO Outdoors. You can get a limited supply of this logo here, and then pretty much any hat you want. Just go to the TBLOoutdoors.com we'll pop up, check it out. Excited about that, and like as soon as we get that merch going, we've essentially accomplished all our goals for the year.
Which would be awesome.
Which is good. Which means probably in January we'll have to sit down and set some new goals.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So very very excited about that. And then other than that, guys, like you said, we're real happy. I'm really happy where we are as a brand going into October.
We're doing good.
Yeah. The only other thing I have, and then I don't know if you have anything else after this, but the hunting grind segment's going to be kicking off here. So the hunting grind segment, we started it last year, kind of on a whim, just kind of came to me like on October 1st, essentially. Is, hey, I love coffee. I drink the hell out of it. Why don't I combine the two favorite things I love, hunting and coffee? And, we'll give a coffee review of whatever coffee we're trying that day in the stand or in the duck blind or whatever. And then we will also review what kind of hunting we have going on right now. Again, shout out to these guys. We've had 3 coffee companies come on board to just send us some coffee to give reviews. We're not being paid by them or anything like that. Still, as of right now, have not tried any as of September 27th. That may change by the time you guys listen to this. But as of right now, I haven't tried any of them. We have Altruistic Joe, is a military veteran company. We're going to try, and he sent us 4 bags, I think, to try. So we got coffee to try there. We got Our Grounds Coffee Company. We're going to have several bags from him to try. Excited about it. And then we have Dirty Duck Coffee Company. And real excited to try their coffee as well, man. Super excited. The main people you're going to see on the hunting grind segment is myself, Kyle, Jesse, and Ryan.
Not Nate, unfortunately.
Not Nate. He loves his Rip It. Rip It if you listen to this. Hook him up. But
what could we, if you're with him, you got to make him, like after you do yours, just like make him try it. And then we could give him a review because it's someone that doesn't like coffee. Sure. So like his review would, like, even a sip if he doesn't like it. It'd be hilarious to see like his reviews. Like they're probably not going to be higher than a 2 because he doesn't like coffee. But it would be funny to see like someone that hates coffee and be like, I hate coffee, but this is a 3.
Yeah. We might have to.
Just if he'd sipped it.
Yeah, we definitely might have to do that. That means you'd have to come hunting with me.
Yeah, that's him saying, just the situation that he's actually hunting this year.
Nah, I just like giving him a hard time. But yeah, no, guys, I'm super excited for this deer season. Again, we got 15 team members, counting myself and Kyle here. I think this season's gonna be good for us. I think we're gonna put some deer down this season and just keep getting bigger and keep having fun like we are now. Yep. So, anything else to add before we shut this down?
Having a blast and can't wait for this season, man.
Yep. So, congrats again on the bear.
Thank you.
Super pumped for you, man. Just was excited.
It's a great time.
Excited. All right, guys, we're gonna get off here. Thanks again. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and stay safe out there. Bye.